The MLB regular season has finally somehow come to a close. Do not ask me how the playoffs shaped up this way, but goodness gracious, this is chaos. So today I'm going to be giving you my official MLB playoff predictions. This is the last edition you're getting. I'll compare it to what I predicted earlier in this month, and I'll show you how wrong I was. Like and subscribe if you're not already. Make sure you guys are staying tuned tomorrow, Tuesday, whenever the Phillies play. It's on the screen right now. I am live streaming that game. I'll be live streaming a game for every series, like, every game, every series, as in like one for the wild card, one series of divisional championship, World Series. I'm not doing every single game. It's not really possible for me. We have a new partner doing that as well, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into the video. By the way, do you guys like the new setup behind me? Pretty nice. Well, it's not really new. I just got a new chair and I put some more stuff on the wall. You can't really see it, but you kind of can. There's the two pictures of Bryce back there as well. All right, do not ask me how in the world this is shaped up like this. So let's go with what I had was correct. Braves, Dodgers, Brewers, I had that all right. And Phillies I had right. Actually, Diamondbacks I had right as well. The only thing I did was I swapped the Marlins and the Cubs. I'm going to be completely honest, Miami. I didn't know you were even like really in contention until like 2 days ago. I thought you guys were kind of dead, just kind of like sitting there. No, that is not the case. On the American League side, I had the Orioles in the 1. That's pretty obvious. I had the Rangers in the 2. How did you sell that? You had to win 2 games and you lost 3. Twins was a lock. I think they were almost clinched by then. Rays were there. Toronto was not in my book. They were not. I don't even think they were in the playoffs when I had it. I think I had the Mariners in their place. So as you can see, I did not get a lot right. Preseason, if you do not remember, I had the Padres winning the World Series over the Astros. I had the Mets making the playoffs. It was just a really wild thing. I was not very right with my preseason predictions. With that being said, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to start over here in the American League. We'll start up here in the top right. This is the 4-5 matchup, the Rangers and the Rays. A very interesting matchup because you've got the Rays they're going to Ray. There's really no other good way to put it. They're just going to do what they always do. Find ways to win. The Rangers, they got the star power. Now, I don't think Scherzer's going to be back for the playoffs. Nonetheless, they've got good pitching. They got good frontline stars. Eovaldi's going to get a start. That's pretty obvious. This team's lineup is gross as well. The Rays did lose in the wild card round last year. Now, you could probably say, like, there's no way the Rangers win this series, or they've been playing bad baseball as of recently. I don't know, man. I still believe in them. I got the Rangers moving on. Call me crazy or whatever, but I think this team's got what it takes. We'll go down here to the Blue Jays and the Twins. This one is very easy to me. I don't think the Twins have what it takes to beat anybody. Their offense lacks quite a bit, especially against a high strikeout rate pitching staff like this Blue Jays team. That is their kryptonite. Twins have some good pitching. They're going to start Sonny Gray game 1. Pablo Lopez probably gets game 2. I don't think it's enough. I think the Blue Jays relatively easily have this one. Just got a side note about the Phillies. Trey Turner, first person to finish 30 for 30, like the most steals to be perfect. 30 for 30. Sorry, that was just a notification that came on my phone. Blue Jays are moving on. Okay, let's stick here. Somehow, some way, the Astros made it into winning their division. It was like, oh, well, it looks like the Mariners have it. No, it looks like the Rangers have it. And then, of course, all of a sudden, somehow, some way, the Astros pulled it out. I go to school with an Astros fan. His dad actually played for the Astros. Pretty cool, right? He was saying, like, he was nervous. This was like 4 days ago. He's like, I'm nervous we aren't even going to make the playoffs. I was thinking, yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Dude, they won their division. They have the 2 seed. They have not been playing their best baseball, however. Their pitching staff, to me, has kind of been a little bit underperforming. Got a lot of young talent, and I do think it's going to be enough. It's one of those things where the Astros are in the ALCS until they're not, and I will bank on them getting there almost every single time. Now, let's head up to this bracket. This one's interesting. You got a couple teams with a kind of a lacking postseason experience. Definitely for the Orioles, they're just full of young guys, The Rangers, they've got specific players who have been on postseason teams with different teams, but they still have their share of young players as well who are going to be there for the first time. Very difficult one, even though it's a 1 versus whatever this is, 5 seed. However, I love this Orioles team a lot. I love both of them. Trust me, they're 2 of the most exciting teams to me. Love watching them. This Orioles team has got something different about them, man. I think they've got a legitimate shot at going all the way. All right, we're going to finish out the AL real quick. This one's crazy. It's weird for me to think of it either way. It's like, oh, you picked the Astros? Well, it's just kind of like, oh, we're just where we were at the beginning of the season. If you pick the Orioles, it's like, oh, you might be jumping the gun a little bit. I'm gonna ride with my boys. I'm going with my Dirty Birds, man. I think this team is real. If you asked me that beginning of the season, I thought they were good. I didn't think they were great. Grayson Rodriguez has emerged into a front line, a horse, a dude, a starter. Flaherty, maybe he gives you something. Kyle Bradish, he's like gonna get Cy Young votes. Maybe he starts game 1. This team's got more than you think. Orioles, World Series. All right, so let's head over to the National League. You got the National League East side of the bracket, and then you've got the other teams. We're gonna start top left. We'll start with my Phils. They don't play the Marlins very well, but then again, the Marlins, I don't think any of them have ever been in an atmosphere like Philadelphia. It's one of those things where that's simply gonna take over the series to me. I think they pull it out. It might be a 3-gamer. I know last year they swept the Cardinals in the wild card, but this one might be a 3-gamer. Might be they win the Sandy Day. Oh, the Phillies play Sandy pretty well. Anyway, I think the Phillies will pull it out. They got every game in Citizens Bank Park. I think that they could pull this one away. Be there. I'll be live streaming it. Bottom of the bracket. This one gets a little more interesting. Two very different teams. You got speed and quite a bit of offense on one side, and you've got the pitching rotation on the other side. The Brewers' lack of offense catches up to them after a little bit in the postseason. However, their top, their front end starting can help them, can get you through a wild card series. I think that they'll be able to move on. I like this Snakes team, but I think the front line rotation of the Brewers is just going to get it done. However, later it probably is going to catch up. We can stay down here in the bottom of the bracket. We got Doyers, we got Brewers. Dodgers have just kind of been sneaky, really good all year. They've got the offense to take down the front line rotation, and they do not have the offense at all. The Brewers don't. I think this one is relatively easy. Dodgers are going to take the cake on this one. So I'm really torn, right? Am I a man of the people or am I a man of myself? Because we've been here before. The Phillies and the Braves. We literally saw it last year. The Phillies have exactly what it takes to beat the Braves kind of easily. It wasn't a close series last year. You can argue Nola's not as good this year, so you don't have that going for you. But also, we get it. Spencer Strider strikes guys out. He's not been, perfect by any means. He's at an ERA almost at 4. Each team has their flaws. The Braves' offense is kind of unstoppable. This one really tears me, man, because I know everyone's saying, it's obviously the Braves World Series. They're the chalk pick. You can't take the chalk pick in the MLB playoffs. Anything can happen. Man, oh man, it hurts. The thing is, I'll be yelled at in the comments if I don't take the Braves. It's just, they have such a good chance. I really think they can do it. I'm going to keep all of you happy. I'll take the Braves, but man, that's so cliche. No, that's so cliche. Phillies. We're taking the Phillies. That is so boring. Literally everyone has Braves, Dodgers. Mix it up a little bit. All right, here we go. Dodgers, Phillies. This is kind of an interesting one. These teams played twice this year. Once when the Phillies were slumping a ton. They got swept. It was in really the worst part of their season. Then they took 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. The Dodgers team, I would say, is probably a little bit better roster-wise just because they've got a little bit more pitching, but they're relatively even. Betts Freeman is kind of just a different animal. Got pretty much the same amount of offense on this Phillies side. I think the Dodgers can take this one. I think it's for the Phillies, it's just going to come down to, can Aaron Nola give him a big game start? I don't know if he can. At least not 2 or 3. So that's an interesting World Series, isn't it? You got the Dodgers, you got the Orioles. Who do I have winning the World Series? The Dodgers. I don't think I can take the Orioles over the Dodgers because the lack of experience to me does it here. This Orioles team, as I said, they've got what it takes. They've got a great future going ahead for them. This would be a massive step forward. If they go out and they get a big free agent this year, one, they're adding something to this team that it's almost going to put them over the top. This team's very good. The Dodgers, it's almost just they're due, man. They're there almost every time. They're a little overdue to try to make a run at something. I think this year might be the year. I know you are furious with me with that Braves-Phillies thing. Man, oh man, that's just so tough. As much as you guys want to say it's Braves easily, guys, that's not how the postseason works. I hope you guys will hear me out on that, but you can't just take the chalk pick. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like as well as subscribe. Remember to be there tomorrow. Time's on the screen. I still don't know what time that game starts. It's on the screen, though. I hope you have a great, fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.